It's time for the Left of Lansing Friday Short with Pat Johnston.
Jot this down as yet another week of when MAGA Republicans' fake populism stance was exposed again. In Michigan, the state Supreme Court ruled that the then MAGA Republican majority back in 2018, along with nerd Rick Snyder, colluded to corrupt our democratic system by not only blocking voters the chance to decide on minimum wage and paid sick leave ballot proposals, but then they worked to water down those bills in support of their corporate donor base. Now, going back, MAGA Republicans had the power to adopt the measures to prevent them from reaching the ballot. However, when you adopt them, that means they become law. You see, MAGA Michigan Republicans understood full well that a $12 minimum wage increase by the year 2022 would not only easily pass in 2018, but it would have sent more voters to the poll. And MAGA Republicans understood full well that a huge blue wave was going to hit them hard in 2018. So they adopted the measure to keep it off the ballot. Same with the paid sick leave proposal, which employers with 10 people or less would have to offer 40 hours of paid sick time leave per year, while those with 10 or more workers would have to give 72 hours of paid sick time per year. Both proposals would have passed in a breeze and would have brought even more people to the polls, which MAGA Republicans knew probably would have helped the Democratic voter turnout even more. But there's another little twist, and this is why the Supreme Court ruled against them. MAGA Republicans then watered down those bills in lame duck session in 2018, which completely changed what voters thought they would have passed given the chance. So the Supreme Court decided this week that Republicans acted unconstitutionally, shocking there, and that both measures will now go into effect in 2025. By the way, this was one of Rick Snyder's last moves as one of the biggest failed governors in the state. Not only did he oversee one of the biggest man-made disasters in Michigan history with the Flint water crisis, but he signed on to right-to-work legislation and then blocked workers from getting some wage and paid sick relief. That's the Rick Snyder failed legacy, and it's that failed legacy he's raising money on as he tries to install a MAGA majority back in the State House this fall. Ricky's upset, you see, how Governor Whitmer and the Democrats have used their power reversing and erasing his failed legacy, and it's helping Michigan grow, of course, so we can't have that. But the state Supreme Court reversed the MAGA Michigan Republican anti-democratic gambit and thereby gave workers a big victory this week, a victory a majority of Michiganders wanted in the first place. So the state's minimum wage will be over $12 early next year, and with inflation, will probably be around $15 by 2028. And as good friend of the show, Danielle Atkinson with Mothering Justice said in regards to the earned paid sick leave now becoming law, she said that the court's decision puts the power back in the people's hands. That is what scares the hell out of MAGA Michigan Republicans. Yet, many Republicans and their anti-worker allies weren't exactly fired up about this ruling. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're fired up, but they're fired up against working people getting some extra pay and extra sick leave. State Senator Eric Nesbitt, for example, raced to his Twitter account to demand that Democrats work with Republicans in stripping a living wage and earned paid sick time for workers. Nesbitt and his restaurant lobbying dolts are saying that this will lead to higher prices and closures. Of course, restaurants have had plenty of time to plan for higher wages, but here's the thought for Nesbitt and his friends, okay? Listen to this. Paying people a living wage and earning more paid sick time might actually bring in more workers who will now feel more incentivized to do a better job, which might bring in more customers. I mean, what a thought. I know I have this stupid thing that I do once in a while, and that's called thinking. And by the way, people earning more money now might actually equal more people visiting their restaurants. Also, one more thing happened this week on the federal level, and it was when MAGA Republican senators blocked a bill to expand the child tax credit. Come on, J.D. Vance from Ohio, where are you? I thought you were for people having families. Oh, that's right. No, what you meant is that women are to act as birthing vessels, but when it actually comes to caring for women or the children that you claim to care about, you leave them hanging out to dry. That's not only weird, but JD, that's fucked up. So let this be yet another wake-up call that while we progressives fight for working people with living wages, earned paid sick leave, expanded child tax credit, free public school lunches, MAGA Republicans stand against them, just as they stood with their dear leader Trump as he stood against the UAW strike last year. It's just another week where MAGA's faux populism was on full display for everyone to see, and it proves how they're not pro-worker. They're scabs who work for their DeVos and big tech bro checks. leftoflansing@gmail.com is the best way to reach me. Subscribe to the podcast and also subscribe to Left of Lansing on YouTube. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, the Gram, and Facebook. Take the battle to them.